All right, guys. Hope you're all doing well. Doing something that I haven't done in a long time. Honestly, it's almost a year since I've done an Instagram live. I was walking to the grocery store to get my steps in for the day. We are at 6,415 so far. So see how many steps we get until I'm able to walk back home. So I got the groceries in my backpack. So I had some free time today because every third Friday of the month I give off to my whole team, to my whole staff for Fit Vegan coaching, so that they can enjoy a longer weekend. And so it's a pretty easy day, so I had some time to kind of walk to the grocery store. Also, I'm going to point this out before someone calls me out. This looks like leather. It's vegan leather. All right, it's a Matt and Nat backpack. It was given to me by Kyle, a good friend of mine, and Coach Sarah from Fit Vegan. So this is vegan leather. I love the look of leather, but obviously I don't want to participate in that industry. So I own a lot of vegan leather things that look like leather, but they aren't. So if you see leather in my video, it's not actual leather. All right. So I'm walking back home. So you guys have some questions you want to ask me, you can ask them in the comment section below. So there's a bunch of you on the live now, but I did want to, there's a topic that was brought to me today in my DMs through a question, which is, if I do more cardio, can I eat more food that day? Right, so a lot of you guys are using trackers like Garmin, Whoop, Oura Ring, Apple Watch, Fitbit to kind of track your calorie expenditure, and a lot of you want to make a decision on your nutrition based off if you spent more energy that day, if you did more steps, if you did more cardio, did more exercise. Logically, it makes sense that if you burn 600 calories more than what you normally would have done, that you should theoretically be allowed to eat 600 calories more because you burnt it. But if there was an actually accurate way to measure that, you would also have to play the opposite side of the game, which is on the days where you burn less calories, you would have to eat less food. Right? So you get the upside, but you also have to take the downside, because your calorie deficit is created on a weekly basis and not on a daily basis. So yeah, if one day you burn 600 calories more, you can theoretically eat 600 calories more. But on the day where you burn 600 calories less, you would have to eat 600 calories less. And I don't think everyone would enjoy that part of the deal. Also, all of these trackers online, I think it's like, they did some studies on this. They're about 80 to 120% off on your calorie count. So, they're telling you burn 600 calories, and the truth is maybe you burned like 175 or 200 calories only. And so you can't make decisions based off the data that these trackers give you, because they're just super not accurate. So I gotta press the button so I can cross my light here. There you go. I wanna do this live, but I also don't want to get hit by a car. So yeah, you don't adjust your calories just because you spent more energy on a specific day. It's a lot better to keep your variables the same throughout the week. So if you just, let's say, if you do, like I do 4 resistance training per week and 2 cardio, which is me playing basketball, in terms of my cardio. If I stay consistent with that, and I stay consistent with my food, and I look at the end of the week, how did my body respond? Did I lose weight? Did I gain weight? Did I stay the same weight? How's my energy, bloating, all that stuff? If I put on weight, okay, well, we need to change one of the 2 variables. We need to change my exercise, or we need to change my nutrition. If I lost weight, we don't need to change anything. We're heading in the right direction. So there's always going to be days where you're more active than others. There's always going to be days where you'll be less active than others. And so don't try to compensate or make up for the days where you do less or the days that you do more, because at the end of the day, you won't be able to accurately track if you actually burn that much calorie, if you actually burn that little calorie. And it's going to lead you to develop an unhealthy relationship with food and with exercise, because if you think that by burning an additional 600 calories, you can eat 600 calories more, well, guess what your brain's going to want to do? Shit, I'm going to go run for 2 hours so I can burn 1,500 calories, and I can go have, a big ass whole food vegan pizza at the restaurant. And so you'll want to try to exercise more so that you can consume more calories. But the thing is, you don't burn as many calories as you think. So if you go for a 2-hour run, the actual accurate metric, you'd have to go in a lab to know accurately how much you're actually burning. But if I do a 2-hour run, and let's just say it gives me permission to eat an additional 800 calories, I don't know for you, but if I run for 2 hours, I definitely want to eat more than 800 calories. So all this to say that don't try to compensate with exercise or with nutrition. Just keep it stable. Watch how your body responds at the end of the week. Make adjustments from there. You want to make, data-driven decision versus emotion-based decision, which is the reason why most people struggle with their weight, because they make emotion-based decision. They'll go out with friends or have a family or a dinner with some friends, whatever it may be, and they'll go off track. They'll have maybe a glass of wine and some, a little bit more vegan processed food than they would have wanted to have. And the next day they step on the scale, the weight is up, they feel bloated, and they're like, oh my God, I need to do more cardio today. I need to cut my food today. But that's just the worst thing you can do, because guess what? If you cut your food, you do more exercise, you're gonna be hungry. For example, yesterday was my birthday. Turned 31 years old. That's wild that I'm 31. But Ivy and I went out to some vegan sushi spots called Mackin Sushi in Agora Hills, and it's absolutely delicious. I've traveled the world and I've been vegan for almost a decade now. Probably honestly, it is the best vegan sushi I've ever had. It's so good. And I stay within my calories and everything, but because it was like, sticky rice or something, my stomach has a hard time digesting it. There's obviously more sodium because the ponzu sauce and the soy sauce and all that. And with that excess in sodium, I woke up this morning and it was 2 pounds heavier. And if you've been following my journey, I'm doing a little body recomposition journey myself. And so my weight was 2 pounds up, which is going to mess up my average for the week. But I knew not to freak out. I knew that my weight was up 2 pounds because I had sodium yesterday, and I ate a little bit later than I normally would have. And so, yeah, if I would have kept the emotions into it, I would have freaked out and been like, holy shit, I put on 2 pounds overnight. But the truth is, it's impossible for you to put on 2 pounds of fat overnight. Because if you think of it, theoretically, a pound of fat is 3,500 calories. So that means that in order for you to be in a position to put on weight, you have to be eating at least over your maintenance calorie. So we'll just grab a woman, for example, because their calorie maintenance is going to be a lot lower. Let's just say a woman maintains her calories at 2,500, just for simple math, right? Let's say 2,000 to be fair. And you want to put on 1 pound of fat overnight. You'd have to eat 3,500 calories on top of your 2,000 calorie of maintenance, which means you would have to eat 5,500 calories in one day to, somewhat put on 1 pound of fat in a day. You wouldn't be able to eat that much food, and genuinely, you'd be more than a pound of fat heavier the next day. You'd probably be like up 5 to 8 pounds. So, yeah, all this to say, transformation is actually quite simple. It's math, it's data, it's looking at trends. It's making data-driven decision and not emotion-based decision. But it's really hard to do when you're the one that is in the journey, because you feel bloated. You see the scale going up. You see your energy being drained. You feel your face being puffy, and you want to do something to remedy that, to make you feel better about potentially the bad decision that you've made the night before or the few days before. And personally, that's why I like having a coach. I've had a fitness and nutrition coach in my life for the past 19 years. Right, I'm 31. I've been working out for 19 years. I started as about 12 years old with a coach. I've always been into fitness. I always loved it. So I've always had a coach, because even though this is what I do for a living, I know that my emotions can get the best of me. And so I want to outsource my training and my nutrition to someone else, so that if I do go off track, because it happens, I'm not perfect, right? I'm going to New York for 1 week vacation. I'm going to eat some good food while I'm out there. I don't always make the right decisions, but I always get back on track, which is why I always reach my goal. But I want to outsource that information to a coach, and they can go like, hey, Maxim, here's the next logical step for you to do in your transformation with where you're at. Because my brain will want to do like, oh, I put on 2 pounds overnight because of sodium. Let me do, more cardio today, or eat less food today, whatever it may be. And it just doesn't serve anyone to do that. So that's why I personally outsource it to a coach. That's why I love coaching, because we care about our members' transformation, but we're not emotionally involved. We're not the one feeling bloated. We're not the one feeling puffy because we went off track. We're not the one feeling the effects, like how you feel in your own skin. Because when you feel those emotions, you tend to make, again, emotion-based decisions which don't serve you in the long run. They only serve you in the short term. And that's why I get it. Like, I've been 240 pounds. I've been chubby. You know what I mean? Like, I had breasts. Like, I was big and I was heavy and I was uncomfortable. My butt was so big that when I turned around, I'd hit shit with my butt and I didn't even know my butt went out that far. I felt that sensation of just having like an extra layer of like skin on top of you. You feel like you're wearing a coat that you just want to be able to kind of zip off and not wear because it's so uncomfortable. I get that. And I get that in that moment, you just want it the heck out of you. You just want that fat out of your body, removed from your body. And you want to make fast actions, drastic actions to try to get rid of it as fast as possible. And I know that it's counterproductive, but you have to go the opposite road. You have to take your time, because everyone can starve themselves. Everyone can do 2 hours of cardio a day, but not everyone can do that shit for the rest of their life and have a good quality life, have energy, feel good, not lose their sex drive, not go crazy. And so you have to do the counterproductive thing when you're uncomfortable in your body, which is breathe, move slowly through the process, and respectfully, you're in the position that you're in with your body and your fitness because of you, right? If you're severely overweight, you're there because of you. If you want to shift your body composition by 10 pounds, you're there because of you. So if there's something that you want to change, there's a new level that you want to go, it'll require a different level of action from you. And the thing that brought you to where you are won't bring you to the next step. And a lot of times, and I've had the blessing of being surrounded by really incredibly successful people in different realms of life, but especially in the fitness realm and health realm, it takes time. There's habits you need to develop. There's a mindset that needs to be built. There's skills that you need to acquire. And you can't acquire these things without going through the process, right? Like, how does someone develop patience? By being put in situations where they're forced to be patient, like painful situations where they're forced to be patient. So to me, when I was a caregiver to my late partner who was going through a cancer, I was the most, I'd say the most immature. I was immature, I was impatient, and I learned through kind of all the pain of the process. You guys have to realize that I'm walking in public, talking to myself on camera, okay? I had to go through all these trials and all that pain to develop the level of maturity and patience that I have today. If you want someone to be strong, if there's someone that's weak and you want them to be strong, you put them through trials so they develop the strength to go through that situation. It's the same. We work with a lot of women, right? For all the moms that are listening to this, you're a much better mom now than when you first had your kid on day one. You know how to do the job a lot better now than on day one of having your child. But again, you learn that through trial and error and through stressors. And so it's the same thing here. If you struggle with your weight, there's something that you need to unlearn and something that you need to learn. And I'm not going to even tell you what that is, because I know that you know what that is. If I ask you to close your eyes and be like, what's the number one thing that's preventing you from being where you want to? In your body, in your health, in your relationship, in your finances, in your career, in your business, in your life, whatever it may be. Close your eyes. You can pinpoint exactly what is the thing that you need to do, that you absolutely don't want to do. And that thing that you absolutely don't want to do is the thing that you need to do to get the thing that you want. And until you come to the place where you accept that you have to do that thing that you don't want to do, nothing will change. That's the beauty of life. And it just keeps throwing you obstacle after obstacle after obstacle until you fucking learn the lesson. Oh, life's shitty like that sometimes. It just throws you a bunch of curveballs until, it smacks you hard in the face enough to be like, oh, I have terrible eating habits. I have a bad relationship with food. I don't value myself. I have a bad relationship with my body. I'm insecure when I go in the gym. right? I don't love myself. All of that shit. Once you kind of figure out what is that obstacle that's preventing you from moving forward, that's the thing you need to deal with. Everyone thinks that weight loss is just about knowing your macros and having a good workout program. It's not, because you can just go download a workout program and a meal plan online. If you stick to it 100%, you'll get results until you don't. But you'll make some progression. But the truth is, everyone has some shit in their head that's preventing them from being consistent, from being patient, from learning the freaking lessons they need to learn to transform. So I hope this makes sense. Let's see if there's any comments here. Just want to make sure I don't get hit by a car. So yeah, anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up here, guys. Almost made it home. It's fucking hot. Holy shit. All right, 7,500 steps. When I left my house, I was like 3,000 steps. Maybe a few extra steps going. So, yeah, guys, I don't do lives. I haven't done a live in like a year, but this is kind of fun. Doug, I'm vegan since January 2012. So far, it is amazing, feeling so much light and losing weight with not much effort. Thanks for people like you for inspiring us. You're very welcome, man. It is a pleasure. Oh, let me see. I see some, oh man. Oh, I was just trying to read a comment. You're very welcome, Doug. Congrats to you, man, for crossing over to the light side and becoming a vegan. I was going to put on my hat fit vegan, but it's not my fit vegan hat. So, yeah, guys, hope you have an awesome weekend. It's the summer. So if there's a time that's easy to lose weight and kind of show up and do the right thing, this is the time pretty much. Because every time it's like winter season, all that shit, it's hard to be motivated. And so I invite you guys to take some form of action. And if you want some help, it's literally what we do for a living. One of the best ones in the world at what we do. That's the reason why we have so many organizations and plant-based doctors backing us up, doing our actual program. Like, we have so many doctors doing our program. So yeah, if you guys want to help your transformation, head over to fitvegancoaching.com. You can book your free coaching call. That way we can kind of establish, what needs to happen in your transformation. Again, I'm upfront. It's not cheap. I'm not just like a Instagram shit workout program that I give you an app and I'm like, do your workout, you're on your own. Like, you actually have a full health team. You have a trainer working with you. You have a holistic nutritionist working with you. You have a doctor working with you. You have a lot of education, accountability. Like, there's a lot of shit in the program. You basically are hiring a whole health team when you work with us. I chose to build a program that way because I want to offer world-class service. I don't want to offer shit coaching like some of the other people that I see online that are just like, here's your PDF and go off on your own. That's not helping anyone. So I understand that we're not for everyone financially, but we deliver a super high quality service, and it's not cheap for me to put together and to have that coaching staff working on a client's transformation. That's why I can't do it like cheap like all those other guys. But those other guys don't give a fuck because they're just giving you a little PDF and they're like, go off on your own, right? So we have you can listen to our Fit Vegan success stories on our YouTube channel and on our podcast. They'll tell you themselves. Don't just take it from me. Obviously, I built Fit Vegan, so obviously I'm going to say good things, but I'm proud of how I built it. And obviously, if we sucked at it, we wouldn't be here 4+ years into it, and we wouldn't have so many amazing transformations, so many people saying beautiful things about what we do. So, I was out of breath. All right, guys, hope you have an awesome weekend. I actually have a book. Heads up to you guys, I'm doing a book giveaway tomorrow for Robert's new book. So, if you want a chance to win that book, check out my Instagram. You guys can enter into it. All right, take care, everyone. Bye.